Hey everyone, it's Xbait Mojo. Are you guys ready to master Kassadin? Because today I'm gonna give you insider tips that people are paying me to teach them. Definitely you're not gonna regret it. Enjoy. Before we even start, one important question. What is the best Kassadin skin? As you guys see, it's on the screen. Let's go. Today I'm gonna teach you about the itemization, runes, laning phase principles including wave management, ROM timers, recalls, everything you ever need to win the game, sidelane concepts, team fights, combos. If you wonder who is gonna teach you, full-time coach, rank 1 on MetaFi, Kassadin enthusiast who created the biggest guide for that champion. But that's all about me. Let's start. Let me guide you through the PowerPoint. So we start with the runes, all runes choices right now. Items, must have for the season 14. Combos, of course you need to know how to trade. Kassadin must know, so that's like a principles. ROM timers, basically how to be proactive, carry your games, rotations. Sidelane, map movement. When do I leave them? When do I join them? Homework, that's something additional, but it would be cool if you did that. Let's start with the runes. First of all, we have a Conqueror. Conqueror loves prolonged fights. It works versus bulky, tanky enemies, but at the same time it became a universal rune choice for the current meta. Rod of Ages makes you quite bulky, Archangel makes you tankier with its shield. The longer you fight, the more value Conqueror is gonna give you because it gives you ability power for every spell or attack you use, up to the 12 stacks. Once you get the full stacks, it's gonna heal you percentage of the damage that you dealt to the guys. Can I play this in every game? Currently, win rate wise, with all of the changes, yes. And Conqueror loves the CDR, and we have a new item that I will follow up soon in the presentation, so you'll know why it became so good. But basically, Conqueror is really flexible, is meant to help you do a prolonged fights, and you can play it in most of your games. Next one is a First Strike. You take First Strike when opponent can't really punish you, so you can commit to the trade that will give you the gold, because First Strike, when you deal damage, gives you the gold. It have a slight cooldown, but generally it's good. So you can take it versus more of a squishy enemies, but mostly you take it when your opposite laner is the person who can punish you. In my mind comes like Vladimir. You can commit on the Vladimir, do a quick trade, disengage, but you don't really kill the Vladimir. Second one could be Swain. He's quite bulky, he can't really punish you if you play this well, so you can get free gold value out of the guys. So First Strike is for a quick trades to farm the gold and to help you scale faster. And it works versus tankier opposite laners, but generally gives you burst for the squishes in the fall game. And right now, just as a final thing, Conqueror is the highest win rate, second one is a First Strike. Those two keystones are currently the most powerful. Fleet Footwork is more like a defensive choice. You take it versus heavy poke lanes, because the movement that it will give you, once it's on a 100 stacks, will help you dodge their skill shots. As well, you heal from the minions, and you heal from hitting the opponent when it's fully charged. It doesn't deal really damage, but it can help you survive the most crazy lanes. That could include, maybe not the craziest, but like, if you think about the heavy poke, that would be Syndra, Seraph, Orianna. This can be the key. However, if you make a mistake with it, you're really likely to fall behind. So, surviving-wise, good. Damage-wise, no. Only in extreme situations. This one I have to include because that's Electrocute. That would be a shame not to include. Electrocute gives you the highest burst in the early game and generally for the quick burst. However, in the current meta with the current items, we are more CDR focused, going a little bit of the bulky. So it's not that much in the meta currently, but let's say I wanna beat Qiyana early game or around level 6. So I take Electrocute and I get Resolve along with it, and then I can contest this Qiyana or Fizz in early game. With Conqueror, I can't because they will do the combo on me with Electrocute, they would apply it on me, and I'm just like, Conqueror. Conqueror is a bit slow, you know, I don't deal damage with it that fast, especially early game. So Electrocute, you take if you wanna snowball early harder and to have the highest DPS in the quick rotation of your combo. First Strike deals a little bit of the less damage, Electrocute gives the most for the early game. So that's like a more burst, the best rune for the bursting people, but low win rate in current meta. About the secondary choices, possible things. So in Resolve, if you play versus Heavy Poke, you take Second Wind. Currently the rune page is Conqueror with the Resolve. You can see it in my guide, link is in the description. And in the Heavy Poke, you take Second Wind versus Assassins, champions that commit to you, you go Bone Plating, because it gives you anti-burst. Conditioning, if you're sure that you can survive, because conditioning will give you more bulkiness after 12 minutes, which basically scales amazing. Precision is basically for your mana sustain when you commit, to have some more regeneration. If you take a takedown, it gives you even more mana. Tenacity, crowd control, so when you get CC'd, you can leave that CC faster. Ultimate Hunter is just universal option that we can include. It's basically, let's say if you feel confident without the Resolve, you can get Ultimate Hunter to have your ult come even faster. But with the new items that we're gonna show in a second, I don't think so it's really that needed. So that's it. I know you guys were waiting for the items. Let's do it. Malignance right now is one of the most broken items, must have basically. 20 ability haste, 600 mana, and 20 ultimate haste. So it works good with the Conqueror. That's why Conqueror connected with the Malignance have a really good synergy. In terms of the item order, it's on MOBA Fire written. Just click on it on the second screen or watch and look at it from time to time. You do rather Rod of Ages, Archangel, Malignance third, or you go tempo build. So you skip Rod of Ages and you play for tempo, more damage, but you're more squishy. You go Malignance, Archangel, or you do Rod of Ages, Malignance, and you skip completely the tier. Those are the build paths that are legit in the current situation right now we have. So Everfrost, oh my god, why is there Everfrost? It's Stormsurge. I don't know why it's there, but it's okay. That's Stormsurge. So Stormsurge, you take like around 4th, 5th item to increase your burst. Really good item, gives a magic pen, 100 ability power, movement speed when you commit, gives you movement speed which helps you to disengage better. And as well it have a passive when you deal like certain amount of the damage to the guy, not sure exactly how much, you will apply even more damage in a few seconds to the guy. So Stormsurge right now is like an item that you go, I would say 4th, 5th, around there. But it's a bit situational, let me explain soon. Rod of Ages, we keep it the same. You go Rod of Ages first if you wanna scale, but it means you're slower in the game, you need more time. But currently Rod of Ages isn't a bad win rate item either. So Rod of Ages, completely fine, makes you bulkier, you just don't have ability haste, but benefits you later, helps you scale faster. Laden Tempest, can't really find a way to play this item right now. Maybe there would be a possibility to play it in some kind of tempo build, but we have Malignance, we have Shadow Flame possible, and we have possible Stormsurge. So Ladens, just there is no slot for the Ladens, you know. Other choices. So Archangel, which basically the Seraphs, you take in most of the games. Second, for mana, gives you the shield, works good with your champion. For ultimate scaling, it's really good connected with the Rod of Ages. Would there be any kind of way to not play it at all? Yes. When you want to play tempo build, so basically full AP, when they are full squishy, you can skip it completely, then you would go Malignance into the Shadow Flame or Stormsurge, something that gives you a lot of burst. And then you forgot about the item completely. I know there is one build path possible, Rod of Ages into Malignance, where we skip completely the tier, the Seraphs. I didn't tested it out, so I'm just giving you the legit stuff. Rather you skip it completely, play full tempo, included in my guide, or you play, let's say, with it to have more mana sustain versus more bulky champions and to scale efficiently. Zhonya, situational item. If they have a lot of AD damage on you, or let's say Z alt, combos like a lot of combos that you can counter. So let's say you press Zhonya into Misfortune alt, or you press Zhonya into Kartus alt, you go for it. So when they are heavy AD, a lot of AD burst, or when they have essential alts. Void Staff you take when they stack a lot of magic resist, because Void Staff give the percentage magic penetration, and percentage magic penetration works amazing versus the players, the higher their magic resist is. If they will be full squishy, you don't need void stuff at all. Then you can go some heavy burst items like Stormsurge. Rabadon's usually one of your final items because the more AP you have, the more value it will give you, because Rabadon's gives you 35% increase ability power. It will increase the number of the AP you have by 35%. So in order to get a good value out of it, you want to buy it as one of the final items if you don't need any other situational items. I hope I explained the itemization well. If you got questions, just comment or move a fire guide. Now about the combos. So we have to keep it really simple to put. So before level 6, you can only trade if their position is bad and when they will make a mistake. Usually before level 6 you trade close in your turret range if they walk too close, because if you can get E-slow on them, this thing, then you can approach, do auto attack and W, because auto attack followed with W resets the time until the next attack. So it's like animation cancel. Then you do the Q, you walk up. Of course, you have to take to the consideration a lot of things to not get punished hard, because, so let's say they use important ability. Then you can approach, you successfully did the trade. However, it's really dangerous to trade early and you need to find the best circumstances. Usually it's around your turret and when they used most important spell. Let's say Yasuo is killing the minions in almost my turret range. If I do the E, walk up, do auto W, Q on the guy, walk away instantly, he can't really run me down because there is no space for the lane. Second combo is once you get your Riftwalk. How do I trade? There are two types of the trade. You rather start with the E and do the same, and then you commit with the Riftwalk fully. That's something you do only when you know you are not gonna get punished and you're not gonna lose the trade. Otherwise, you walk up, do slow, auto W, Q, and you are away. That's how you quick trade. It's really simple, really. It's the same pattern, it's just about if you start with the Riftwalk or if you disengage with the Riftwalk. Paying attention to enemy CDR and what spells they... Yeah, paying attention to the enemy CDR, their spells, and quick trading. Your champion needs to quick trade. It's not every game you will just commit on the full health guy. If you commit on the full health guy in most of the games, they will just run you down. Yasuo will just wreck you, boo, 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 with his sword, yeah? So that's the point. Quick trades, rather you are away or you are inside when you ensured nothing bad will happen. Okay, here is basically what I said. There is one combo pattern that you must understand. The trade starts or ends with Riftwalk. You will understand the more you practice. Now, must know. I will show you the magic here. So, 3 rules of the laning, or generally you as a player. Stay efficient but rational. So when you're laning, try to be efficient with your CS income, gold XP wise, but as well don't commit for every possible ranged minion, because you simply will get poked too much. So staying efficient, you focus in early game to get efficient CS. You don't force the trades because you're too weak, but at the same time you're rational, because if you commit for too long, for like, let's say, ranged minion gives 14 gold, you lose half health for it, you are done. Don't force means basically don't overforce in the early game, because it can end up quite well. Play around enemy mistake, let them do the first step. Let's say they wasted important spell, they forced, they try to dive you and they make a mistake. Basically, wait around their mistakes, don't force, know that you wanna scale a bit, then you will initiate the quick trades with the combos we talked about. General laning tips. Q to stay efficient on the lane. What do I mean? I mean, you will use the Q to get a last hit really often in early game, because poking with the Q early just doesn't give much damage, doesn't impact the lane much, so you do the Q. To take the shield that gives magic shield for you, so you reduce the incoming damage when you approach the wave, the minion, or you Q to finish the last hit. That's how you farm in early game. If they let you free farm, you just smiley face, make sure you get the most of the CS, that's a bro deal. You want the bro deal because your champion scales efficiently. Use your health bar to be efficient. So what I mean here is, let's say, you can manipulate the wave with your health bar. you don't want to be full health. You can even sometimes give a guy an attack or two on you. It will cause the wave to hit him, while his wave will push your wave, which will push sooner into you. There is a lot you can manipulate the wave with your health bar. Basically, just one thing, don't be full health. You can, and if they hit you, you can manipulate the wave to push into you. That's a mind controlling concept. And don't give too much health, yeah? Rational. Don't force with your jungler, it's a key rule. Early game, they wanna gank you, but you're so useless, bro. You don't want them to gank you early, because, you know, I have it a million times. They go to me after 3 camps. They gank, oh, they did some poke, cool, thank you. They go to their jungle, and there is an enemy jungler killing them, and the game is lost. Maybe not lost, but they just wanna FF at this point. Ping them, I'm fine. Go away. Once you get 6, you guys can consider, but don't make your jungle sacrifice so much in early game for you, because it usually ends up really bad, and I can promise you that, because I really know what I'm talking about from my experience. Survival till 6. You need jungle tracking. You need jungle tracking. You focus on CS. If you need, you teleport back to the lane. Just make sure you will get to the 6 without the death. That's your goal. From there on, it gets so much easier. Trade around their CDRs, I explained it before, so we are Gucci. Laning phase milestones. Level 2 window. First melee minion of the second wave is level 2 for the opponent. Make sure you will respect this, and you're not gonna lose half health in that current moment. First recall, that's pretty rough situation. Usually, you need to teleport back after the first recall, because the circumstances are not on your advantage because of the wave, or you can get dove. There is a lot of pressure in early game on you. If you can somehow succeed a reset that will give you a free recall without losing the wave or having the wave in a bad state, well, bro, you are a pro. First slow push toward an enemy. So imagine I play Kassadin versus Irelia. They pushed into you, and if they push all the time, smile. Because if they know what they are doing, they will let the wave bounce back into you. Because once they crashed into you, the next wave will 90% of the time bounce back into them. So if they will last hit that, it will pull you away from the turret. And that's where you respect before this level 6. You soak the XP and be really careful, because they might be setting up a gank. There is no counterplay except if you need help. You TP back and you think how you can, and you try to fix that wave, or you ask jungler to help you to fix this wave. Otherwise, you just soak the XP. I know this is really bad, and I had it a million times, trust me. First TP, as I explained, it's okay to TP early on if you can't sustain anymore, just to make sure you're not gonna lose any waves. The sooner you TP, the better. The TP from level 10 is more meant to split push, macro game, stuff like this. Early TP to the lane, good, because it's hardest moment for the Kassadin. Once you succeed and survived, gotten level 6, that's where we can think about how we can play the game. That's how we can start contesting the guys, trading, quick trades, map proactivity, all of that. Okay, this is gonna be OP knowledge, ROM timers. So, it's all about being proactive. After level 6, when you crash the wave, there is a certain time until the next wave comes. You need to see behind yourself, and you will see where is that wave. The most time you have when there is cannon coming from behind you. The closer to the nexus, the more time you have. So the faster you crash the wave into opponents, the more time between the wave. So that's where you start questioning yourself. How much gold do I have? Is there any rotation on the map that I can commit? You check top lane, you check bot lane, think. Ward, any good ward place? Can I join my jungler for objective? Anything. Start questioning yourself between the time when there is no wave. That will help you find yourself more proactive, which will be leading you to winning more games, more kills, having more impact in your games. That's pretty simple, but you need to just understand the wave principle. There is a full video on my channel about the wave management, so go for it, bro. 5 minutes only. Side lane. There is this moment when they group on the mid lane, they are taking your XP, that's annoying. The rule usually is when they get tier 1 turret bot lane, on the bot, yeah, they should rotate from the bot to the mid lane, because sieging tier 2 turret on the bot is really bad. It makes them vulnerable. So your or enemy bot lane should transition this pressure to the mid and implementing mid turret, being more flexible with the Nashor or Dragon. What you do is you go to the side lane to be alone versus your opposite laner or enemy top laner. But the point is to get solo XP, solo farm, and you are really mobile to implement the pressure on the side lane. Then you can cross them up and do a flank on the opponents. Because think about it, they are on the mid lane. Boo boo boo, that match. You push. You implemented the pressure. One of them have to catch this wave while you can cross them up into them. You get me? At the same time, you want a side lane when you have the TP. Because when you have TP, you want to watch them up 80% of the time if you need to TP to cover your team or if you don't. I want to add something about the team fights. Team fights you can fight on my MOBA Fire guide, but in team fights, it's the most about finding the flanks and knowing in the scoreboard who is the squishiest, who is the win condition, how can you focus them. Of course, you as a Kassadin, you're gonna be focused most of the time, so it's about finding the momentum. It would be good if you would have some front laner that would make them focus him, then you do the combo and you commit on them. There is a combo that you can do, is a R flash, really important, essential. So basically in team fights, flank and position is everything. R flash can be essential, and the more you play, the more you will understand. But basically all of those details I've written on my guide. And the homework is don't die before the level 6. If you like the video, consider subscribing, giving a thumb up, and let me know definitely in the comments how did you like it. As well on the Discord you can update us with the results. If you want to learn even more, go for my coaching. I'm one of the best coaches in League of Legends, so definitely you can learn a plenty. As well there is option to access all the coaching VODs for $3 only on my Patreon. Thank you and good luck in the season 14.
I want to take a second to recommend working with Exploit Mojo, who's been a perfect coach.
I've worked with a lot of coaches over the years. Exploit is far and away one of the best.
Thanks for teaching me so much, Wayne.